How's it going, everybody? So today I'm here to talk about the latest film based around the Teen Titans Go franchise, Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Alright, so like a lot of people around my age group, I hold the original Teen Titans show from the early 2000s very near and dear to my heart. It was such a great show, and then the fact that it just abruptly ended, and then we get this Teen Titans Go replacement show, it's never set right with me. I've always been salty about it. I've tried to watch the Teen Titans Go cartoon. It just felt like such a step down in quality and pretty much every other regard as well. But the trailers for this looked at least tolerable, even if I was hesitant, because I remember when they announced this, I was like, they're really gonna make a whole movie centered around that show, the Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Like, it just seemed like such a cringy idea to actually make a movie around. But some of the stuff in the trailers seemed actually kind of funny, and some of the casting choices seemed interesting, to say the least. But I got to see it, and here are my thoughts. Did this show make me want to reconsider liking Teen Titans Go and going back and watching all the episodes? No, not really. But this film was fine for what it was. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I just thought it was fine. It was smart on their part to embrace the whole meta humor aspect and not take themselves too seriously, because them going all meta with their humor actually made a lot of the film, some of the jokes and humor actually pretty good. Not all of it was, hits. There was a couple misses here and there. Some of the crude jokes were actually kind of just cringy. But overall, even if you're not like a big comic book fan, you're gonna still enjoy most of the humor and understand it. And if you're like a big comic book fan, it'll be even funnier to you. So because there's some stuff that I thought was funnier than some of the other audience and vice versa. One of my favorite bits actually is a part kind of towards the later half of the movie where it just is like a funny bit about how unstoppable Batman is. And I'm not gonna go into even more detail, but if you've seen the movie, you'll know what scene I'm talking about, and just how no matter what you do, Batman will just keep coming at you. That was actually one of the more clever, funny jokes. I just was curious how long they were gonna keep that going until it actually finally ended, and it actually kept getting funnier and funnier as it went on. You have to take into account this is a film for kids, so it's not going to have the most intricate plot, but the plot for this is very predictable. I mean, you can see where everything's going to go. I mean, even one of the characters later on in the movie, they were like, I saw that coming, that twist from a mile away. Because, I mean, you have to be it's pretty obvious, especially if, like, comic book stuff, that what's transpiring on screen, because it's very obvious what's going to happen. I think that kind of deters people from enjoying the film, maybe at least for me. But where everything's gonna lead, what's gonna happen, what the twists are gonna be. And that's why I think the strength in this is more of the script as far as like dialogue and its humor goes than it's actually like plot, because the plot is very straightforward and not very interesting. They also beat some of those jokes to death. Like, they talk about how Deathstroke is so similar to Deadpool probably like several times throughout the movie, and it was probably funny like maybe once or twice, and if they hadn't put it in the promotional material, I probably would have found it funnier. But when you hear that joke so many times in the movie, it gets a little frustrating. Although it did seem bizarre that they cast Nicolas Cage as the voice of Superman, Lil Yachty was the voice of Green Lantern, and Halsey was the voice of Wonder Woman. I guess they worked in the limited roles they did have. I mean, they weren't offensive or bad at all. They're not in it very much, so don't expect a lot of them. If you're gonna go in there, expect like tons and tons and tons of scenes of them together. It's not about them, it's about the Teen Titans, so they just kind of pop up here and there throughout the movie. But they're fine, they're serviceable for what they are. It's just like a funny little thing, I guess, throughout the movie that, oh yeah, they're voiced by random people, especially Nicolas Cage, because he has his past. He was almost Superman in the 90s with Tim Burton. I mean, that's just like a ridiculous concept in itself, just looking back at Nicolas Cage trying to be Superman. But it was cool that he actually finally got his shot in some regard, actually being Superman. But yeah, I mean, those were okay, I guess. I mean, there is a great cameo by a special person that you wouldn't expect. It actually caught me off guard, and it actually did make me laugh out loud, if I'm being honest. But if you'll see what cameo that is from a special guest if you see the movie. I mean, if I had to say, I'd probably recommend you go see this. It's fine. It's not bad. I don't think it's great. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I just thought it was fine. I mean, I had a fun time with the stuff that I did see. I mean, if they made a sequel to it, I would probably go and see it. I'm not gonna go watch Teen Titans Go after this, because I mean, I still don't like the show that much. But as far as the movie goes, it was a serviceable fun time. I think you'll get some entertainment and some laughs if you see this film. But those are just my thoughts. Leave in the comments section down below if you plan on going to see Teen Titans Go. If you have seen it, what'd you think of it? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments section down below. Also, feel free to leave a like, hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all my movie reviews, trailer reactions, unboxings, and more. But until the next time, I'll see you guys later.